Hello, everybody. It is November 28th, and it's like 27 degrees here in Lehi, Utah. Nice and crisp and cold. Probably too cold for a lot of you. And only going to a high of 37 today. So very crisp, but very pretty and sunny today, too, though. Beautiful, beautiful day. I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher. I've been missing in action for a while. I apologize for that. It's been over a month now, and before it was a month until I had given in a video, and I said, I wasn't going to let that happen again. Unfortunately, I was sick for a couple weeks and didn't feel well at all. No COVID. I was tested, but didn't feel good at all. And when I finally got better, it was getting close to Thanksgiving, and I was busy thinking of that and trying to get some gifts for grandkids and things. So no real good reasons, and I'm sorry for that, except for being sick. But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to have all my subscribers. I'm grateful for you, all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for thinking about me, wondering where I was. I appreciate that so very much, for thinking about me. And so I'm going to start up this video first with doing the giveaway. I had a couple giveaways over a month ago. I'm sure some of you would be very happy to find out whether or not you won. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you guys first. Then if you just want to be done and leave, you can do that. So the things that I gave away, oh man, let me find them here. Everything is just so cluttered on my desk because, and on my table too, because I have so much stuff to cover. Okay, I'm going to go with I had two giveaways. I'm going to go with the one that had only 3 people. So 3 of you guys, that's pretty good chances. So anyway, and this is unfortunately after the fact, but it is a Cricut Collection Be Ye Thankful. Meant to get it out sooner. And so out of the 3 of you've got a very good chance of getting this. So anyway, let's just see that I'm correct. As you can see in my notes, there are only 3 there. So I'm going to go to a random number generator. And I'm going to put in 1 to 3. And we'll see who gets this. Number 2. Well, that's kind of, oh well. Yeah, it says number 2. So let's see who number 2 is. Wanda Greer. Wanda, you've commented on my post a lot, though I don't have your address. So if you're watching my video, please comment below on the video. If not, I will also give you, I will comment to you and contact you also. Wanda, you won the Be Thankful giveaway. Thanks so much. I'm glad you won it because I know that you've tried to win things before. So okay, the other one we had 13, and that was for the Birdcage Biscornu. A lot of you wanted that. So here we have the 13, and we're going to do the random number generator on that one. Let me just change it to 13 here. Number 12. It says right here, 12. So let's see who number 12 is. Karen Dean. Karen has also commented on my videos a lot. So that's good to see. I don't think she's won anything before. So congratulations, Karen. You won the Birdcage Biscornu. It's a fun pattern to do. I really enjoyed it. So I will comment on your comment below, Karen. If you watch my video, which I know that you've watched a lot of them before, so hopefully you will see this. And you won this, so congratulations. And before I move on, I want to let you know I'm also going to do another giveaway. And this time I'm going to be a lot less days in between. So you're going to have to hustle to make your comment. Anyway, I finished the sweetest strawberry. Probably a lot of you saw this. Puntini's cross-stitch charts. In fact, if you give me a second here, I'll show you what I ended up doing with it. Some of you have already seen, but it got made. I found an old basket in a thrift store, just with a little handle. So I put it on the top of the box. So anyway, this is the cutest pattern. The only thing you won't have, of course, is that button there. But other than that, you'll have the pattern. So I want to do that as a giveaway. Remember all the giveaway rules. You know what they all are. And I am going to ask for something to do with, everybody would say probably strawberries. But no, I'm not going to do that. To make sure you're listening, I want you to talk about something sweet. Anything sweet. What's the sweetest thing you love? So put that down in your comment if you want to have a chance at the strawberry, sweetest strawberry. Anything sweet. So okay, we are done now with giveaways and we'll move on to fully finishes. Amazingly, I have a couple. I finished this probably a good year ago. I mean, I FO'd it. Finished it about a year ago. It's this little cross-stitch lady. She was one of my mania starts from 2018. And so I ended up just finishing her into a pillow. Nothing big deal, but there she is. So doing her stitching with all the little crosses. So that's the cross-stitch girl. Put that down there. And then this was, I'm not keeping up good on these weather cross stitches, you know, like doing the different weather colors and things. But I did do this one a few years ago for our area in Lehigh. See, I put Lehigh down at the bottom. And the color changes in our weather. This was one of the old original patterns before people took off and did really cute patterns for stitching to keep up with the weather every day. Stitchy Mommy has some really cute ones. You could go into her Etsy store and check. But this was like the original, I think, or one of the originals where you do like 5 stitches of one color in that, we'll start down here. Like for example, that dark green was like one day, the light blue was another day, and then it goes like 5 across. Even though these two are the same color, it was still 5 for one day, 5 for the other. So as you can see, this is how mine was. Really pretty because, of course, Utah has big changes in weather, highs and lows. So anyway, this is what I finished mine as a bookmark. Because I tried to do it on I believe I did it on a size 20 Ada, so that I could use it as a bookmark. So I'd like to do these some again. They were fun. And I finally finished that one up. So let me see now. Oh my goodness gracious. As an old person, we say, oh my goodness gracious. Or okie dokie, whatever you would like to hear. I am going to move on to all my whips, which even though I was sick and then afterwards busy, I have done a lot of stitching. Lots and lots of stitching. In my title, you'll see that I've started a challenge prompt addiction. I used, every now and again I would do the different challenge groups on Facebook, but then I'd like slack off and stuff. Well, the last month or so, when I was sick and just trying to decide what I was going to work on, I was how did it work? I think I was visiting my good friend Brenda, Handwork Maniac, and she was having a Zoom call with a friend of hers who is on the Daily 30 group. And she said that they were having openings in it. It's generally a closed group, but they were having some openings. And she said, why don't you go ahead and join the group? And so I thought, oh, well, if I join the group, I better do some of the prompts because it isn't very nice to join and not participate. So I said, okay, sure, I'll join and try to start participating. So when I did that, I started getting addicted to it again. And so then I started doing my other groups. And then I started looking forward to January and going, oh, join the WIPGO. I'll do that with Jessie Marie's group. And I'm going to join Semi-Stained Stitchers and do that. And I'm going to join this one and do that. So I've become kind of the challenge prompt addicted person. That will probably die after a while, but right now I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I decided that when I show you my pieces, not only am I going to tell you the what it is and any hashtags to go with it, I'm also going to tell you what prompts and what I did with what the prompts were with the pieces. So the first one, I have it on a little piece of paper. Most of the rest of mine are written down on a big notebook, but it was because I had this one last night. I was working on it last night and then realized, oh, I have to bring it in because it's a major one I've been working on for my whips. And that's Coming to America by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. Yeah, many of you know this. Many of you have finished this, and I'm really impressed. I have friends in my SoCal cross-stitching group that have finished this already, and they have done a beautiful job. But I am plodding along in it. But I'm happy enough. So anyway, here's what I've accomplished so far. It's a long piece. As you can see from the picture, I have more of the names of the women, as well as the bottom of it with Plymouth and one more Pilgrim girl and a little bit of a ship picture to do. So anyway, but I'm happy that I'm done with the boat, the water, the seagulls, that border around that part, because and the Cape Cod. Actually, the Cape Cod I got done actually from my last video, but where I did it from last time is right above where the ship started is where I started stitching from last month. So I did the whole ship, the mast, the sails, that anchor, flags, all those seagulls. I was getting very tired of seagulls, and some of the border around it. So I'm really happy with that progress because having that part done is going to make the rest of this just probably fly by now that I'm done with the part that was the most tired with. This is being stitched on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha with, it was kitted. Shepherd's Bush, one of my local cross-stitch stores, kitted this up, and I bought it from them. 40 count Vintage Country Mocha and some DMC threads and some overdyeds. So anyway, my hope for this is to finish it by the end of the year. So that's what I'm going to try for. And, as I said, I've been loving these prompts from the different challenge groups. So, as you can see from looking at my piece, one of the prompts I had, I am not going to say for all the different groups because then I'll be going crazy. One of the prompts, though, was animals and humans, which, of course, you can see there's animals and humans in this. That was one of the prompts I filled. Another one was a hope to finish it by the end of the year. So, and then one of them was also domesticated animals, which you can see there's chickens and pigs. So those are some of the prompts I filled or finished for this one. So that was fun. And it was, I kept trying to find more prompts for this one because, of course, I wanted to get more of it done. I really, really did. So anyway, I'm going to move on to the next one. I have some of my pieces were just done a little bit, and then I took them out of the Q-snaps and just put them inside my bags. So those ones I've taken out and ironed them so they look a little nicer. And then, of course, I do still have some on my Q-snaps. So that's what you're going to see. So I'm just grabbing them in order of what's on top. This right here was my birthday, October 29th, start. The drawn thread, those who sing. Love this piece. Those who wish to sing will always find a song. This has some specialty stitches in it. Rice, satin stitch, other things like that. So this top part, it does have some specialty stitches. The flowers are specialty stitched. So I'm leaving all of that until I'm totally done with the piece. It's a long piece, so I won't be going back to doing, it's a long narrow piece, so I won't be going back to doing that until the end. But I did accomplish all the words, and and some of the starting of some of the leaves. So. And this is being stitched on 32 count vintage, well, not vintage, 32 count Stormy Night by Zweigart. The difference in their dyed, I really like this color, but I think the reason why you can get them a little cheaper than some of the others is they're just printed on the front. As you can see with the back, it's just a plain color. There's no shading. But I had this piece, and I was looking through and thought, you know, this will work really good, especially with, just excuse me, the pattern is down here on the floor. As you can see, look at the house there. And that white would probably have a hard time showing up on some lighter fabrics. And I didn't really have a light fabric that worked. But with this one, I know it's going to look fairly decent. Oops. Backwards, back of the fabric. This one I think will look really nice, the White House with this. So, and I chose you could do it in silks, dinky dye silks, or you could do it in a gentle art overdyeds. I had all the gentle arts, so I chose to do it in that, so I could use some of my stash. So it's all gentle arts, or mostly gentle arts. Our hashtag, Krista Gramer and me are doing a hashtag because our birthday is October 29th. Last year we did Plantation Sampler together. This year we're doing the drawn thread. It's one that a lot of people could actually get the piece. And so you're welcome to still join us. This is a yearly sale. What we try to do is we leave ourselves a year. And then at the end of the, like around October, Krista and I will get together and we'll decide what we want to work on. So feel free to join us if you've got the pattern or like it. The hashtag is OCT29SAL for our birthday. Oh, and I did not say on Coming to America, the Mayflower one, I'm stitching it 1/1. One strand of floss over one thread on the 40 count, and with the drawn thread, since it's 32 count, I'm doing 2 strands of floss over 2 threads. And as far as the challenge, oops, I'm going to have to grab it back because I've been forgetting already my challenge prompts. Okay, here's the challenge prompts. Now, of course, you can't see, it's not in here yet, but one of them, the one challenge prompt that I did for this piece was it had to have a house that could have a landlord in the design. So at the bottom is their big, huge house. So I said, they need a landlord to keep track of that big, huge house. Here it is right here. That's a big house. So I think they need a landlord for that. So that's what I used for the prompt for that one. Okay, let's see. My next whip. This is one a lot of you really like. I do too. Oh, I love the fabric and the floss in this one. This is the Mystery Sampler, the Family and Friends Mystery Sampler by Linen and Threads. That, of course, is the November part of it. We only have December left. It comes out on December 1st, and I'm really excited to finish this up. I had to wait a long time to get my fabric and my threads from Australia. Well, thank goodness. I did have to wait a long time, but I ordered them like at the end of December, and they came the 1st of February before all the COVID, so it would have been even longer. But as it was, I couldn't start mine until middle of February. So I had to do a lot of catching up. But I did finally catch up last month, I think. So now this is looking really nice. I love this piece, and I love my colors. This is an overview of it. It is being stitched on 32 count Fox and Rabbit linen. The color is Lyrebird Dell. And, oh my goodness, was it Sassy Jacks or Dying to Stitch? There is a stitching store, and I should have looked at this before, because I just thought about it now. A stitching store that is now carrying Fox and Rabbit linen. So I'm going to try to look for it, and I'll post it below. So they have beautiful, beautiful linen. And the color of the thread is a variegated cottage garden threads called Larkspur. So it did some really nice variegating, you know, like it just kind of blends through really nice. There's not a lot of stripiness, so real happy with that. So now I will show you exactly what I did, and that is right here. And that was the bottom right-hand corner. So we had this, the big flower with a vase, the bee or fly or whatever, this motif, and then those two bottom motifs, this one and this one. So quite a bit. They're trying to have us catch up. Love this piece. I used it for, it is being stitched 2 strands of thread over two threads, 2 fabric threads, because of being 32. I did use it for the daily challenge piece, which is a non-counting, it's a daily 30 non-counting challenge. And I did that all the way until I got done with it. So anyway, I think that's all with that one. Yep. So, and thank you for all your comments and likes on Instagram for that piece. So much fun. I can't wait till they do their next one. So, okay, another challenge piece that I did, that I pulled out because to fulfill a couple challenges, was my Wizard of Oz piece, Emerald City. This is being stitched on a 32 count even weave. Hand dyed by Rolanda Fabrics. And I'm stitching it with the called for DMC. And what I worked on is actually the whole top part, the one that's over the top of the other ones. So I started for the prompts with the Tin Man and the lion and some of the Yellow Brick Road and some of the little motifs. I used it for a daily 30 challenge, and it's for characters who have chemistry. So, and I said, well, brother, Wizard of Oz, they have lots of chemistry, all of them. So, and in Enchanted Stitches group, I decided to do, it was like a piece that reminded me of my childhood, which this definitely reminds me of my childhood. I always watched the Wizard of Oz movie. I read the Wizard of Oz books, all of them. Loved the whole thing. So it does definitely remind me of my childhood. So by doing that, I got quite a bit done. The Tin Man and the Lion and those bricks. So there is a hashtag for this. Let's see. I know it's here. Oh, Emerald City Sal. EmeraldCitySal for Instagram if you want to join it. Some of the Northwest Stitchers wanted to do it. Some of them have already finished, of course, but it's still an ongoing stitch along. Okay, what's next? Oh, this was for another prompt for one of the challenges that I picked up. This is a Stitch Mania piece from 2018 for my first year in Stitch Mania. Heartstring Samplery, Prairie Life Sampler. And this is, of course, the Little House sampler for a Little House on the Prairie. This is being stitched on 32 count antique white linen. It's a mystery linen. I know it's 32 count, but I don't know, really what company. I'm guessing from the feel of it, it's probably a Zweigart. But I do know it's 32 count, and to me it looks antique white. It doesn't look total white, so that's why I'm calling it that. Heartstring is using All Weeks Dye Works Overdyeds for this, so I'm using the called for colors. And to show you what I did, we'll push to the back there my cute little needle binder of Little House of the TV show. What I had done previously, the only little bit I had done when I had done Mania, my 2 years, was just I did the bear and that one tree there, that tree back there, and then this border right to there. So in the prompts, I was able to finish these 3 trees and this part of the motif. This tree was really fun to do. So it was fun to get some more done on this. It's a pretty piece and I do love it. So. And the reason why it was a prompt for the Daily 30 group, because you had to tie it in with December. And I said, pine trees. Pine trees and December go together. So, anything else? No, I said everything. Kind of hated to put this away, but I did. So. There's other pieces that I want to get done. So, but at least when I pick it back up for Mania, a lot more will be done on it. So, okay, my next piece I showed last month at First Cock's Crow in the Sisters book for Blackbird Designs. I decided to start up this piece for Dark October Stitching hashtag, but also for the October Sisters Birthday Sal, which was hashtag OCTSISTERS BDAY Sal. It was started by the 2 Floss Tube tubers, McMama Hollis and Christine, and Socks for Mom Becky, because their birthday's in October. So I decided, I have an October birthday and I like this piece. I probably should be working on something for October that's traditional for Halloween. So I had this. I had the flosses, but I wasn't quite sure what to do as far as the fabric. But when I went through my fabric, I had this Picture This Plus Ale. So I picked it up and I put the fabric threads on it, and it looked pretty good. So I think the fabric that is called for is just a tad darker, but it looks similar to this. So this is being stitched on 28 count Picture This Plus Ale with the called for Looks like mostly gentle arts, but some, yeah, called for gentle arts. And what I accomplished on this was, if you remember from before, I had done this one side section here the whole way down, not to the bird and the cemetery, but just the words. So just like from here down to there. So actually I got quite a bit done with the prompts that I did. The whole rest of the writing, and then pumpkin and the crow with the cemetery. I have put it aside now because I do want to finish a couple other things. But this is over half, so I was pretty happy with that. I used it for Daily 30 because, of course, one of their prompts was the pumpkin, something with a pumpkin on it. And then, did I use it for anything else? Nope. That looks like it. But I did work on it all the way through Halloween. I did a lot of it on Halloween Day. So that's that first Cox Crow. It's in the Blackbird Book Sisters. So rest of it, when I come back to it, probably next year, next October, I'll get the house and the rest of the stuff done. Unless I have some hankering to do Halloween stitching in the summer or something. I could. Okay, the next one I have here is Welcome to the River. I use this for also prompts. This is also a 2018 Mania start. So it was good that I could get some more work done on it. This piece was started because I have a house, second house on the river in Washington State in a little town called Washougal, southern Washington. So I want to get this done and put it up on my wall because there's so few river stitches. There's lots and lots of beach ones, but there's very few about the river. So this one I did pretty well on because you would have to look back on my Mania, but the only thing that I had done on this is the big W, E, L, and C, O. So from M on, that's what I accomplished for the prompts. And this is being stitched on a 28 count. You know, again, it's a mystery fabric. Back before I decided to keep track of things. Some natural linen. From the feel of it, it could be, I don't know. So I'm not really sure. I'm not going to take a guess on it, but it's like a natural color, and I know it's 28 count. I checked that. And this is with DMC colors. So, this is two strands of thread over two strands of thread over two on the fabric. And what I did for my Daily 30 prompt, I exaggerated a little, but I thought, I'm tired of this. There needs to be things other than beach and ocean. So it said stitch on something that has a beach or ocean in the design. And I thought, okay, fine. I have a beach on my river. When I go out the back door and walk down to it, there is a beach, there's sand, there's rocks before you hit the river. So that to me is a beach. So that's why I used it for my prompt, and we'll see if they accept it. Anyway, we do have a hashtag for that. Hashtag river stitching. I think I'm the only one who's posted, but if anybody wants to join in, if they are at the river and do stitching, then join in on us, with us. Yeah. Like I said, I have tons and tons and tons of pieces I was working on, so since it's been over a month. Okay, this is also another Mania piece. I think I started this one, though, 2019 Mania. Let's visit the Southwest. And I picked this fabric. I just think it looks beautiful. I'm using the called for DMC colors. I didn't change those out. But I'm stitching this on Picture This Plus 28 count Mello. So you can see it kind of has a kind of a deserty look to it. Open that up. Show you from farther back. And this is not quite, I mean, it shows you some of the Southwesty color look, but if you really look at this in person, it's much darker and like, I think that's why they call it Mello. It's much yellower than what it shows here. But you can see that it gives it kind of a nice Southwest feel. And what I had accomplished on Mania, or in Mania, was up to the point where I had done all of this and all of these back stitching, the border, the sun, and spirit, and of. So for the prompt, I finished this starting of Southwest, S-O-U-T, and this little back stitch here of sunsets. Couldn't read it upside down. This is 2 strands of thread over to on the fabric, of course. And what the prompt was is you had to find words that rhyme. So if you look here, actually one of them is already on here, I think. Yeah, see the sky right there? And the one is on here that I haven't done yet. Dry. Sky and dry rhyme. So I pulled that out and used it as a prompt and got a few hundred stitches done on it in Enchanted Stitches. So when I go back into Mania, it won't look so forlorn. This is a pretty piece. Okay. St. George's. Our hashtag is hashtag St. George's No Dragon. Sal. And that's because, of course, there's no dragon here on the piece. This is an old Long Dog sampler pattern from quite a while ago. I got this from a friend who passed away of cancer. But she had a couple really old Long Dog patterns. And I decided to work this on Picture This Plus 28 count Serene, which is a light mint green, with the Threadworks color Teal We Meet Again. So if you look, it's like teals and greens. If you look at the dark color there. Just a real fun combination. I really enjoyed this. It looks really pretty. It's a little hard to see that mint color, but it's just a subtle mint green, but it's very nice. And I did this for Daily 30, like the non-canteen challenge. I did it every day, and I'm still working on it every day. I want to get this done. This is getting close to being done, as you can see. All I have to do is just the bottom part now, really, where it connects with the little boxes. What I had done before, let's see if I can, I actually had done half of it. So like the half from like if there was a page 1 up here for one, these were in quarters. So I had done page 1 and page 2 part of it. So half of that box in the middle had been done. So I did the other half of the box and then over and did the one block there, and then worked my way down. So I did quite a bit of stitching. So this is a, this along with Mayflower is one I plan on having done by the end of the year. I wanted to open up a spot in my Mania, and I should be able to do that. Because as you can see, all I have to do is one more of these and this. And just finish that one row too. So I'm getting close. Okay, the rest of mine are still in their containers because they're on Q-snaps. I did a little bit for one prompt on the pandemic long dog sampler. So I thought I better show that because I did end up doing about 300 stitches or so. This is Pandemic by Long Dog. I'm doing it on 25 count even weave white with Mrs. Sadis silk threads, one strand in the colorway of Darling, which is a blue-green. You can't even, that doesn't show it as nice. It shows it much nicer here. It's like a blue that goes into a green that goes back into the blue. It's just very, very pretty colors. With the lighting, it's not showing up as beautiful as it could be, but it is a beautiful piece. And my prompt was something that had a vine in it. So this had vines, though I'd already done it. What I worked on was I had stopped right there on this diagonal. So I did all of this. So and this is one strand Mrs. Sadis silk over one linen thread. Okay. And yeah, my full coverage are still on their Q-snaps. Let's see. Show you Maleficent first. I did take off the top of the Q-snap so you could see really that I did get quite a bit done originally. This is Heaven and Earth, Story Keep Maleficent. She's looking in all her glorious evil self. She is taking shape. This, of course, is on 25 count gridded even weave fabric with a DMC called for colors, and it's one thread over one fiber, one linen, one strand of linen. And I am doing full cross. I think all of my pieces are full cross. So. I had prompts on this. I did a daily 30 prompt where I worked on it just every day. So, oh, I was excited about this. I have 32% finished. Boy, when I get 50% finished, I'll be really excited. 9,260 stitches. It'll be exciting when it's 10,000 stitches. And what I worked on for my prompt and for most of the month is she was done down, I've been doing it diagonally, so she was done in a diagonal down to just right at her chin. So everything after that was done this last month. All her black for more of her cape, and also this part of her collar part, and of course background, some of the background. I did do some cross country. Some of the threads only had like 5, and I wanted to get rid of them, so I went down and did some of this. I've been really enjoying her. She's just been really fun. I've been so tempted to go back to her a lot of times. I've really been enjoying doing my full coverage on Pattern Keeper on the app. It's just so fun to block out the threads that I've already done. But I told myself, yeah, there's other things that I really want to get done too along with this. So I have been trying to keep to my plans. So that's Maleficent. And then my last whip, this is taking a while, 30 minutes to go through them all, is African Woman with Peonies 2. Here's the picture. Fell in love with this piece when I saw it on Denise's channel. She was starting at Black Ribbon Studio. If you want to check her out on Floss Tube, she was going to start this piece. And what I liked about it, and Stitchy Mommy also started it, we enabled her, but she liked it too, the fact of you start right out and you get into a flower. It's not tons of background. So that's been really fun. Before I show you it, I'm doing a diagonal on blocks. So I had done down to here. So I gotten most of that peony flower and that border done. So here it is on 25 count, again gridded, even weave. This old brain can only keep to gridded my 10 block squares, otherwise I will lose my way. Even with Pattern Keeper, which helps. As you can see, and it's 1/1 full cross. As you can see, I did a little bit more of my background blocks, so I did one more series of blocks from here down, mostly all background, except for a little bit of a white stem there that's coming in for another flower. My biggest thing was working on her hand. So you can see I got her whole hand done. Most of the time I tend to like working diagonal, not doing a lot of cross country. But in this case, I got excited. The hand started taking shape of her holding that flower, and I just got all excited and ended up just filling that all in for the prompts that I had for this particular piece from the challenge groups. So, not sure the best way, but you can tell that that's her hand holding it. So, exciting. I did it for a couple prompts in Daily 30. One of them was a piece with flowers, and also an area in the design that you would like to crash, because I would love to crash in amongst all those flowers. So we have a hashtag for this. Denise started in Black Ribbon Studio. It's Peonies Sal 2020. Peonies plural with an extra SAL, so there's 2 S's in it. So again, this is another one that I just wish I could continue. I'm just in this full coverage mode right now. I guess in January I'll try to maybe when I get these other 2 pieces done that I want to get done, I'll concentrate more on full coverage, because I'm just in this like addiction to full coverage right now. This is just 8% done, but I'm happy with it. 4,390 stitches. So much fun on the Pattern Keeper to see how much I did. So. Along with all of that, where did you go? Here we go. Along with all of my cross stitch whips, I also did some work on my diamond painting. So I'll show you that. Excuse me not being in the picture. Before, when I showed it to you, I had done like kind of this corner here with this tree, all this here. So over the month I worked on it just maybe once a week, and I got all the rest of the top of this done, the sky. I thought about kind of looping it and then just working my way over, and then I don't know, I just ended up doing straight. Kind of just going all over the place, as you can see. So, and this is Old Jerusalem. I think you can kind of tell that that's Jesus Christ there sitting on the hill above Jerusalem. I'll hold that up. You can tell too. So I'm getting along. It's a pretty piece. Can't wait to get down into actually doing the Savior. So, and that's quite a bit done. I didn't count, but it's quite a bit all the way across there. And then I also did work on a couple of my hexagons and cut out a bunch more, but I won't show you all the cutouts. This is a hexagon hand sewn star a day. Once you get a whole bunch of them done, then you can sew them together. I did this color here, background and the focus color, and then this one here. This one I'm excited about because after doing 5 or 6 of these, I'm finally getting to the point where I can understand how where my back should be laid in ironing it, and also the points are meeting better. It's getting closer to being points are meeting in the middle, as well as it looks more even. So, and it's been fun. I actually probably would do it a whole lot more because when I sit down and start working on it, I just really have fun with it. It's just kind of relaxing sewing and stuff. I think what I don't like about it is having to cut out the pieces, and I think I cut out like 3 or 4 of them ahead of time, and I realize that that's probably what I need to do to keep working on these, is to cut out several of the pieces and put them in sandwich bags and then keep them and then put them together then, because if I have a whole bunch done ahead of time, then I can just pick up one and start sewing it, and that's what I enjoy, is the sewing, not the cutting. So, okay, let's see what else here. I do have, oh, let's see, should I go on to plans next? I think I'll go on to plans next before I do stash acquisition. I'm going to do a new start this month. And we had a Pacific Northwest virtual summit. It was going to be an actual retreat, but due to COVID, it was done virtually. Our guest designers were Paulette Stewart of Plum Street and Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. And so in the process, we had patterns that were just made for us. And one of the patterns that I'm going to start is from our retreat by Beth Twist of Heartstring, Until We Meet Again. And she did this because we've had to stay apart because of COVID. And so they decided to use the theme of Until We Meet Again for our virtual retreat. So this is really pretty. It says, "May your dreams come true from now until we meet again." They were kits for us. We got all of the threads, which in this case are weeks, mostly weeks, I think. And we got to the fabric, which is a fabric from Kitten Stitcher, and it's called Graham Crackers, and it's a 32 count. Now I'm lousy at doing this, so we shall see how this works. I'm no Nicole from Nicole's Needleworks, that's for sure. I'm just old Colette Highway Stitcher. Anyway, here's the Weeks Die Works, and here's the Graham Crackers. Oops, I did lose one. But the colors are very pretty with the fabric. So again, I lost one. But you can kind of see that it's going to be really pretty. It's kind of a gray with these really pretty colors. So I'm really excited to start this. I thought, I've been to so many retreats where I got special patterns and then I never ended up starting them, and then they released them, and I thought, well, that's kind of dumb. I need to do some of these while I'm the only one who has access to them. So that's going to be my December start. I'm not a traditionalist. I tend to just kind of, a lot of people would be doing Christmas now, but I like that, and I'm going to start that. So, and my other plans, I don't know. I'm going to start this and work on it some, but I'm not going to be working on it constantly. My focus pieces will be the Long Dog Samplers St. George's, to get that one done. That one is important to me. This one right here, the one on the mint green. I want to get that done and check it off of my Mania, because it was started in 2018 and I need to get it done. So, And then the other one, of course, is the Women of the Mayflower. I want to get that one done by the end of the year too. So I believe that that's my main part. Let's see. My main plans. When I concentrate on those two, oh, and also Linen and Threads. When it comes out December 1st, that will actually be my focus piece until it is done, because to be able to check it off and say, hey, man, I finished the whole pattern, that to me is exciting. So I will, for Daily 30, I will work on St. George's the first few days of the month of December, as well as I'm going to focus on it totally these next 2 days in November to see how much I can get done. I do have back stitching on it that has to be done too. So it'll stay as a Daily 30 the first few days when I work on the December section and focus on it of Linen and Threads. When Linen and Threads gets done, then I'm going to go back to Mayflower as a focus piece and St. George's to finish it up with the back stitching. I'll start this on December 1st, work on it. And also I'll fit in other pieces for prompts, but just a little bit. I'm not going to be doing tons in the prompts. I will work on prompts for maybe 100 stitches, 200 stitches, but not a lot, because, and I'm going to try to fit what I'm working on in the prompt, because I do want to get these done. And I will work on my full coverage, my 2 full coverage, and try to fit them into the prompts. So those are my plans. My plan also is to get back with you in a week to 2 weeks. So that is the plan. Hopefully it will work. I do have some monthly stash acquisitions. I don't have, I get fortnight fabric per month, but I must have put that away. But I also get fabric from Stitch Me. And this one came for this month. It's called Peanut. And of course, with this coloring, I mean with the light, you can't really see it well. But it's kind of a creamy, neutral color. Creamy, neutral color called Peanut. I get even weave 32 count because I needed some more even weave. I've got quite a bit of linen now in 32 count and 40 count stuff. So I'm going for some even weave. See if it's better. There it might be a little better color-wise when it's all folded up. So, and then I also got, so I'm getting Stitch Me and Fortnite fabrics for my fabrics. I'm also getting Floss from Color and Cotton. She opened up the club again, which I was happy about. So here's my colors. I got Flagstone. I get 10 per month. Cranberry. I know Jan Hicks already showed this, as well as other people probably have too, but I'm going to show them to you again. Aztec. Lemongrass. I really like that one. Dusty Blue. Witch's Brew. Olive Brown. This reminds me a lot of Oscar. Is that Classic Colorworks or Sampler? I'm not sure, but it really reminds me of the Oscar color. Cameo. That's a pretty one, like light purples. Frosted Spruce, a good December color. And Royal Blue. So it kind of works on, looks pretty with my top. So those are my monthly clubs where I get staff. And my next video, since it'll be less time, I'm going to start pulling out and show you the things I got for my birthday, but it's way too much to do stitching what I got from acquisitions, and I spent a long time doing all my whips with this. So I think I'll start doing that when I get back to doing this weekly. So I'm just going to move on and end, hoping this isn't too long. And I'm going to give you my daily gratitude quote from the book. It's a good thing I remembered it this time because of Thanksgiving. So, woo, let's see where we open to. This is by Oprah Winfrey. Be thankful for what you have, and you'll end up having more. See the little pumpkins? And that's true. Be thankful for what you already have, because you'll end up having a whole lot more, because you'll see what you're all grateful for, and all of a sudden it'll just open up to you and you say, wow, I've got this and this and this and this. That's what gratitude does for you. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video now after doing my whips. And thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for waiting for me. It's been a while. And thanks so much for subscribing, for watching. I really appreciate it. In January, it'll be my 2-year anniversary. Since I'm on 44, I'm going to see if I can maybe do these once a week and try to get up to Floss Tube 50 before my 2-year anniversary. That would be fun. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody. I'm grateful for all of you during this Thanksgiving season. I really am. Thanks so much. So anyway, all of you have a great rest of the weekend, enjoying your holiday season. Those of you in the United States, I'm very sorry, in case I get people from out of the country. And love to you all. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. So you take care, and I'll talk to you hopefully in a week.